Well, the crypto market is currently running upward, and that means there's a lot of cryptos, and there's a lot of market sentiment right now that has people very excited. So there's some predictions out there right now that XRP specifically could see $2 to $5 within the next 10 days. At least that's what one pontificator recently put out there based on some of his technical analysis. But he's not the only one. Solana is actually going parabolic right now. And in fact, yet another signal has flashed that Bitcoin is about to jump. I'm going to tell you what that number is, who said it, and why. Also, we have some big news for Vechain. For those of you who are holders of Vechain, many believe that Vechain could hit $1 at the end of this bull run. Well, they just recently did a partnership. I'm going to tell you what that is and why that's so big for Vechain. And in the case of the SEC versus Ripple, the SEC has asked Ripple to do, according to Ripple, some unprecedented and unnecessary documentation collection for the SEC, even though they've already given the SEC over 1 million pieces of evidence to sift through. Hey everyone, my name is Randy and welcome back to the Late Night Grind. Right now on this channel, I'm covering cryptocurrency news, investment markets, personal finance, Ripple versus the SEC, and several altcoins. So if any of those topics interest you, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell notification icon so that YouTube will notify you when I release a new video. And if you're up in the middle of the night, it's probably when it's happening. And I believe the crypto community are the most generous community in the world. So if you are feeling generous, go ahead and hit that big thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. The other thing that helps out with the algorithm is watching all the way to the end. So if you do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, well, there's a lot to cover, so let's jump into it. So there's a lot of big news for a lot of different cryptocurrencies right now, and I'm going to start with Vechain. Now, Vechain is actually a token that's actually based out of China. Now, this is one of the very few cryptocurrencies that China has not yet banned. And in fact, I don't believe they will ever ban Vechain. Now, Vechain is a cryptocurrency based on supply chain management, hence Vechain. And they recently were entered into a partnership with, get this, MasterCard and Alibaba, two of the largest companies in the world. So they joined what is called the Australian Blockchain Alliance. What they did was form a partnership there where MasterCard and Alibaba are going to use blockchain to not only speed up transaction processing, but also the supply chain management. That's where Alibaba comes in. So basically, they're going to use a blockchain, which is where Vechain comes in, to manage a transparent blockchain with instant payment systems to manage things like the delivery of food, wine, and pretty much any exports. Now, this is a huge milestone for Vechain, which coincidentally I actually own a little bit of. And right now it's trading at about 13 cents. It's expected that at the end of this bull run, if Bitcoin does what it's expected to do, many are saying that Vechain could be $1 or more by the end of this bull run. And it's partnerships like this that can absolutely solidify that and make that happen. And in the rest of the crypto space, the crypto market is now back over $2 trillion in market cap value. And Bitcoin actually had recently a new buy signal that was flashed. And Lark Davis, who is a noted crypto trader, he basically tweeted this out. And so Lark actually uses something called a hash ribbon tool, which basically flashes buy signals, sell signals, things like that. And the last time that it flashed this strong of a buy signal, Bitcoin went for a 250% run. So is the same thing going to happen this time now that it flashed its big, strong buy signal? That remains to be seen, but there are, of course, a lot of people speculating that this second half of the year Bitcoin bull run is going to continue. But some cryptocurrencies don't actually need the rest of the year to go on their own bull run. Solana has absolutely gone parabolic. It went from $44 to $72 in a matter of about a day and a half. Now, why that happened? Honestly, I haven't really looked into it yet, but I do hold some Solana because I know from earlier in the year that Solana has tendencies to pump and spike big at random times. This is one of those times. And not only that, back in the summertime when Bitcoin had its big crash where it dropped close to 40% within a matter of a week or so, Solana was actually one that actually held up a lot better than most. And I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on Solana for the rest of this year. And so now we're going to get to the price of XRP and the rest of the Ripple versus the SEC case that's going on right now. The $2 to $5 prediction in a matter of 10 days, that was actually given by a crypto analyst who I follow on Twitter and actually had several articles written about it. Now, he uses some technical analysis as for his reasoning as why it's going to go there, but ultimately he's not the only one. XRP has really been on an uptrend recently, and some people are speculating that it kind of has to do with this Ripple versus SEC case. Because earlier in the year, everyone is kind of now in agreement that the price of XRP was really suppressed because of this lawsuit against Ripple. Many people thought, well, what's going to happen to Ripple? Is XRP even going to exist by the end of this year? We don't really know. But now it seems like the longer that this case is going on, and the more people that watch not just my videos, but other people's that are following this Ripple versus SEC case are kind of seeing that the SEC is not exactly winning this war. They're not exactly not in great shape in terms of taking this to trial and actually winning. And that a lot of speculation is that it'll be a settlement, and then XRP and Ripple can move on and do what it's going to do from there. So a lot of people are starting to place their bets now, as they did back in January when some people thought it was bogus to begin with. And at this point, it basically just looks like the SEC is just screaming at the referee, trying to get Ripple to do what it wants in order to make this a fair fight. Because at every turn, Ripple just seems to have the upper hand. So what did the SEC do this time? Well, they basically went to Judge Netbert and said, we want Ripple to turn over more documents. We want Slack documents, which, in case you don't know, Slack is basically internal messaging, internal instant messaging system that large companies, corporations, institutions use for internal communications. Well, Ripple came back and said, hang on, what you're asking for is completely ludicrous. Because what happened was the SEC has already received over 1 million pieces of information from Ripple that it's still going through. It took Ripple an awful lot of time to actually get that information and go through all the Slack documents and go through all the emails and go through all the privilege logs and make sure that what they put out is actually allowed to be seen by people and is relevant to the case. Well, they basically said the same thing when the SEC came with this request. They basically said, listen, there's going to be hundreds of thousands of, potentially hundreds of thousands of messages going through Slack. And from the company that we partner with that actually helps us go through this, they estimate that it's going to take 12 to 15 weeks to actually complete. And not only that, here's a whole bunch of stuff that we talk about that we don't want the public knowing, like our marketing strategies, things that just have no relevance to this case whatsoever. And so basically Ripple said, listen, we don't think we should have to do this because they already have all the information they need. What's another year of Slack documentation really going to get them? But Judge Netbert has not yet ruled on that, so we will see. And of course, when we find out answers to any of this, I will make sure that I am making videos about it and putting them out as soon as I can. So if you want to make sure that you get those notifications, make sure A, you hit the subscribe button, and B, you hit that bell notification icon so that you'll see when I put out a new video. Also, if you're new to this channel, I know my regular viewers do this on should be a weekly basis. Visit the community tab on my channel. I actually put out polls there asking different questions about the Ripple versus the SEC case, about different cryptocurrencies, investment markets, and different things like that. So go ahead and take part in those polls. I always find it really, really interesting to see what the Late Night Grind community answers and what their thoughts are and their thinking. So go ahead and check that out. And in case you're wondering what the chart is behind me, I just remembered that it's Solana when I was looking at it just before I started making this video. Look at that. So if you own Solana, I'm sure you've been paying attention. All right, guys, once again, thanks for watching this video all the way to the end. It's honestly one of the best things you can do to help a channel out as far as the YouTube algorithm, that and leaving a like. If there is any other big story or crypto news that you would like me to cover or comment on, I will be happy to do so. Leave that in the comment section down below as well. All right, guys, well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.